Welcome to the day 6 of interactive engagement learning to master Microsoft project.
Now let us target to understand the types of relationship. Knowing the relationship is not sufficient. How it is affecting the schedule and the logical linking the activity is more important. So observe and learn.
You can do anything. You can do anything. You can do anything.
There is no doubt about it that the relation between the bowling and batting is finished to start. As soon as the bowling complete, the batsman moves the bat. So it means bowling has to be finished to start batting. The other relation can also be used, but it will be logically incorrect. But finishing to start holds good in every condition.
Strike. In the air, Srishan takes it! India win!
Here we have observed that how these activities interact with each other. As soon as the 10th wicket falls, the inning also gets completed. So we can say finish of one activity logically connects to the finish of other activity. Finish to finish is most strongly used linkage in most of the schedule in Indian.
Well, he's a clever cricketer. Hasn't been showing every shot that he's got in the book, and he hasn't been timing it perfectly, but he got the last three right, didn't he?
Here we can observe this. As soon as batsmen hit the ball, fielders start running. And as soon as the running between the wickets by batsmen also have start to start relation. So once the batsman run, the
Flatter the cover boundary again. Will go fine. At that pace, you can have long leg wherever you want. It'll still go into the boundary. Starting to drizzle a little bit apparently. It's not a very strong drizzle, I can tell you, because he's struggling to spot it. There it is, you can see it under the lights now. It's really just a very thin drizzle, but the umpire said that's enough.
Now start to finish. It is a rarely used relationship and very different in its nature. So as soon as the rain starts, the game is stopped. The game is finished. So stoppage of game depends upon the starting of the rain.
Relationship is a backbone of any schedule and a key skill of planning engineer. When successor, that is activity B, can only start after the completion of A, we will attach finish to start relationship. When the two activity can start together, then we can logically link both the activity with start to start relationship. When as a scheduler we want two activity to finish together, then we can logically link them with finish to finish relationship. Start to finish relationship is rarely used. It is used when start of some work result into the finish of predecessor. Alone relationship do not provide the logical linkage. We have to use the lead or lag to accelerate or to delay the successor. Only after having crystal clear concept of relationship, lead and lag, a scheduler can proceed to logically link the activity. Let's assign relationship to our project to master this concept. So here we have defined the major activities in the last day task. We have the superstructure and the substructure with various work packages. All we have to do now is to add a predecessor column and start assigning the logical linkage between the activity. The PCC work at site can be start with the start of the excavation, but it must have some lag. So the relationship type will be start to start with 4-day lag. Once the PCC is done, then the waterproofing can be started. So both start to start relationship again with the 1-day lag. Once the waterproofing is done, then the front 4 reinforcement is available. So after 2 days of waterproofing, we can begin with the footing reinforcement. But we need to ensure as soon as the footing reinforcement is completed, after 2 days the shuttering work should also be completed, giving it finish to finish relationship. And similarly, the concreting must be done the day after the shuttering work is completed. And after the completion of concreting, next day we must de-shutter the footing. Once the footing is de-shuttered, next day the waterproofing of the side of the footing can be completed, so we can assign the finish to finish relationship. Also, to ensure the timely backfilling, it must be finished next day of side waterproofing. So here you can see in the Gantt chart the linkaging of the activities. Once the backfilling is done, only after that we can proceed with the start of stitch slab PCC, giving it finish to start relationship. Once the PCC is done, then with the start of the PCC we can start the waterproofing, and with the start of the waterproofing, the next day we can start the reinforcement of the slab. Now once the entire reinforcement is completed, only after that we can start the stitch slab concreting, and hence we must assign finish to start relationship. Once the stitch slab concreting is done, then next day we can start with the column starter, giving it finish to start relationship. Also with the column reinforcement, it can be started once the stitch slab concreting is done, giving it finish to start relationship. Also, as soon as the reinforcement is completed, the shuttering and the concreting work must complete accordingly, giving it finish to finish relationship. The slab staging can be started only after completion of slab concreting, and the slab shuttering work can start along with the slab staging work, making both activity parallel, linking start to start. Also, slab reinforcement can start with the slab shuttering, making both parallel with some lag in the successor activity. Only after completion of entire slab reinforcement we can proceed with slab concreting, and only after complete concreting and strength gaining, let's say 14 days, we can start with the de-shuttering work. So here you can see the entire civil activity is taking around 76 days in our program. Now let's begin to link the finishing activity. To start with the block work, the de-shuttering work must be completed. Now once the block work is completed, the front for MEP work will be available. So we can link the MEP first fix with the completion of the block work. Now once the MEP first fix is completed, we can start with the plaster and the bull padding. Plaster and bull padding for plaster must be linked with the MEP first fix. So we will link the starting of plaster with the completion of MEP first fix. Now once the plaster is completed, then we can proceed with the starting of MEP second fix, which will include the installation of major services. Now once the MEP second fix is completed, we can proceed further with the ceiling work, which includes the false ceiling finishing. And once the false ceiling work is completed, we can proceed with the flooring work. In most of the finishing in MEP work, we are providing finish to start relationship to avoid the coordination issue and the clashes of the team, as a single activity can be proceeded and it will be more difficult to proceed the activity in parallel. Now we have to also ensure that MEP final fixtures must be completed before completing the final coat of paint, and hence we must link the starting of MEP final fix with the activity of second coat of paint, so that the final coat of paint can be done after the fixture get installed. Now once the MEP final fix is completed, we can proceed with the final coat of paint, and then the final cleaning would be the last activity. So most of the activity we are providing finish to start relationship. Although to save time, we can have finish to finish or start to start relationship, but that will be a specific case when the schedule is not getting fixed in the provided timeline. Now let's also logically link the superstructure activity. So the first activity is column starter, which can start only after finish of slab concreting. And the column reinforcement can start only after the slab concreting. Column shuttering and concreting can be finished once this column reinforcement is completed with some lag. Slab staging can be started along with the slab concreting. However, slab shuttering can be parallel to staging. Similarly, reinforcement activity can also be parallel to shuttering, giving it start-to-start relationship with 3-day lag. Slab concrete must finish the next day of slab reinforcement irrespective of how many pours we cast. We are assuming 30 days to complete the finishing and MEP work once the front is available. So we are providing the relationship accordingly. So based on logically linking the activities, a minimum of 60 days is required to finish a floor at ground level. After logically linking each of the activity, we have arrived at the estimated duration of the project. However, it is equally important to incorporate the advanced concept of scheduling, and the most important one is to derive the project critical path. Now it's your time to try your hand and to master relationship with today's task, so that we can incorporate lot of exciting scheduling techniques in the coming session.